Hey there, it's Travis Chatwin with Beach and Sun Homes, and welcome to another episode of Everyday Encinitas, where our goal is to spotlight local businesses and community organizations around the area and learn a little bit more about the people behind the scenes. Today we're going to meet with Dr. Leah Helin here in downtown Encinitas. Let's go in and see what she has to say. Welcome back to another episode of Everyday Encinitas. I'm sitting with Dr. Leah Helin. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course.
So tell me a little bit about your chiropractic practice here in Encinitas.
Yeah, it is a sports chiropractic style treatment. So when you come in, basically we do a full-on evaluation. It's going to include movement, soft tissue. We do have the chiropractic adjustment toward the end, but it's varied per the person. So everything is very individualized. It's based off of active movement and basically teaching the patients as they come in how to fix what's going on. I'm going to help them with that, and then how to maintain that. And they don't need me all the time, which is awesome.
That's amazing.
Keep them moving, which is a little bit different, but
that's amazing. I love that. So how long have you been doing this? So you've been doing it a little while?
I've been practicing for almost 6 years now.
Okay.
Yep. And I've been in Encinitas for 5.
5 years.
Yeah.
From? Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Alaska originally.
That's a big move.
That's
so
a big move.
You're settling into Encinitas. You're in the downtown area.
Oh, yeah.
What is your most favorite tool that you go to? Do you have one?
Tool as in?
Any tool for chiropractic. Is there any adjustment tool that you have? Is there any, I think we spoke a little bit about some cupping.
Yeah.
How does that integrate into the business?
I do use cupping. I use cupping with movement, which is you're going to basically take a person through maybe a dynamic warm-up or an exercise that might be hard for them to do. And the cups allow for a muscle that might be inhibited to almost be kick-started a little bit. And then any muscles that are overworking to relax a little bit. So it brings blood flow into the muscle, and it helps release any knots or anything that's kind of holding the fascia or restricting the muscle.
Is that kind of where you're moving the cup as far?
No.
Okay.
So the cup would
little
be
different.
on you, and then you're actually going through the movements.
Stretching the muscle out, breaking up all the fascia a little bit. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm kind of getting a little bit.
It's really cool. It's almost a cheat to get you into moving where maybe it was harder before.
Right.
So I do use cupping. But the coolest part about this style of treatment is there are so many different tools I use. So I use cupping, I use Graston, I use Factor, I use like an ART type of stuff. I use a stretching called PNF, which is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. I use my table. We do so many different things, and we can mix and match to you.
Well, I think that's awesome. I mean, I can't believe you're definitely very knowledgeable in it. There's a lot of fear talking about chiropractic. A lot of people think, oh my gosh, I don't want to touch the neck. I don't want my neck to crack. My bone's cracking. What do you say to that?
One, it doesn't have to crack.
Okay.
So you don't have to hear a pop or crack sound.
Got it.
So there are techniques where you don't hear that. There's not as much of a quick movements, it's slower movements. You use something called an activator, which you see behind us. It makes more of a clicking noise, but your body doesn't make a noise. You can use tables, you can use a slower movement. Or you can have that cracking noise, and we just kind of go through it really, really slowly together. So as we move up the body and we start at your feet and you're okay with it there, but you don't want to hear any cracking noise toward the neck, we can alter it as we go. So it's very individual.
A little scary up around the neck, right?
Scary.
I mean, is it?
But have you ever cracked a knuckle before?
Yes.
Okay, so what happens when you crack a knuckle is you're opening up a joint. Anything that's holding almost a suction style of a joint, it's going to release bubbles. So you're hearing this release happening. And then anything that's stuck in there actually comes out, which is advantageous because then all the synovial fluid, which is the fluid that has your nutrients in it, gets to flood in and feed that joint again. So it's a way to rejuvenate it. And it's not scary when you do it yourself, right?
So I always heard when you pop stuff, there's an arthritis, maybe is that true, false? Okay. Well, and I'm throwing that out there because a lot of people will ask that for sure, yeah.
Arthritis is a decrease of joint space.
Okay.
So old wives' tale is you pop your knuckles, you're gonna have arthritis.
Love it.
Not necessarily true. You can pop your knuckles, but you want to open them up. So the idea is to open the joint. Every time you open a joint, it feels better.
Yeah, feels a lot better.
Yeah, you bring your synovial fluid in, all the junk gets to go out. If you take your hands and you just jam them closed, and this is how you're making that popping noise. Now you're
compressing.
Your joints. You're compressing, which can add toward a pressure that could create an arthritis, so a decrease in that joint space.
So is there any buildup of bone around that? If you're compressing, is it building up and decreasing that space at all?
If you're compressing, you're definitely decreasing the space.
Yeah.
You're basically pushing everything out, but you're never giving it a chance to open back up and refill with the nutrients, the blood flow, everything that keeps it alive and healthy.
Got it. Yeah. So you don't have really a favorite tool? Well, I mean, because a lot of people ask that, right? So I mean, I was always brought up to the fact, you're popping knuckles, mom, dad say, hey, you're gonna, arthritis, whatnot. But going back to the tools, is it something that you just really don't gravitate to anything in particular to kind of manipulate, or is it person by person?
It's person by person.
Okay.
You hit it on the nail. So each person's gonna be so different. It's really based on what your body likes. So
right.
If you're recoiling away from a cup, if I try to use I don't think that we're gonna get the conclusion that we want. Right. So I'm gonna go toward more what you're comfortable with, but which also has an effect. So we mix them.
So describe your perfect patient. What does that perfect patient look like? They're giving you a call. Yeah. What they've got some ailments. What does that perfect patient look like? How can you help?
My perfect patient would be someone whom is willing to keep moving. Mm-hmm. They want to keep moving. They want to learn how to keep themselves healthier. So they're only in here for a short amount of time. If they are willing to move and they like movement, we're going off of that for their treatment, which is great. But then also when they leave here, the majority of the time they're not with me. So they have to continue moving and kind of keep implementing it into their everyday life. So it becomes something that's a habit, and they feel better for an extended period. So anyone who wants to move.
Yeah. So I got a great question for you. So when people come to see you and we got an ailment, let's say I have a neck kink. Yeah. I was out surfing, I landed flat and I got a kink. I come see you one time, or is it multiple times do you feel that actually is the best? And part two to that question, is there a process that you're able to explain to each client coming in once they leave? Is there things they can work on at home?
Definitely. So there's no set time. Again, that varies per the person. So you come in, you've got a kink in your neck, we're gonna check it out. What's going on? How did you get it? Where did it come from? And how we're gonna get rid of it. From there, I at the very least give you a week and we maybe do 1 to 2 times.
Okay.
At that point, if your body's like, I feel great, I know how to maintain it, this one exercise is fantastic, I can do it all the time, and it keeps my kink from coming back, then great, because you only need me every once in a while. Next time you feel like you might get kinked up before it occurs, you come back.
Right.
Other patients might need a little bit longer of a treatment plan, but it varies per them and their lifestyle. If they're more sedentary, they can't get up and move as much, they might need a little bit more help with that. So they might be seeing me maybe 3 to 4 times. Maybe they see me once every other month. Maybe they see me once a year. And it really varies per the person. So there's no really set thing, but the idea would be we have to teach you how to read your body. When your check engine light comes on, come see me before it comes to problem.
I like that analogy.
Right?
There's always, in my world of snowboarding and surfing and all that, there's always a check engine light.
Yeah.
Love that. I'm gonna start using that.
It's kind of like, okay, but you don't always need. If you understand what's happening, you can go, okay, check engine lights on. Where do I need to start moving? I got that movement. I feel great. Or you go to move, you go, oh, there's a catch in my movement.
Right.
I'm gonna call Dr. Leah and we're gonna work it out. And then I'm gonna go and continue living a life.
I love that. So is there any stretching that you're implementing into your process? Is there a lot of yoga, anything else that you can bring to the practice as far as?
I definitely use stretches, but we use more of a simple stretching.
Got it.
So it's something you can do all day long, off and on, and then you get to progress it however you want. Of course, I can help you, but if you're like, I'm gonna take this and I have a personal trainer, or I go to this gym and I like that, use it at wherever you like to go. Right. Which is great.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I was competing snowboarding several years ago, and I had one bad fall, and I'd never been to a chiropractor really consistently. It took about, I would say, 6 months for me to really loosen up this neck pain that I had. It was literally, I couldn't look left. But that was the moment that I really started to trust in the process of just kind of going and seeing somebody consistently. And wow, I've never been more convinced that it was something that was needed. And I myself was really scared of my neck, just really scared of the pops and the sounds. And so kudos to you as far as walking people through that process. And helping people.
It can be scary.
Yeah, it's super scary.
I hear the pop noise.
Yeah, no, I mean, I walked in today and it's like chiropractic, and I'm like, oh, but there is a common fear for a lot of people out there who don't know kind of what happens behind the scenes. Oh, yeah. So I'm glad that you at least kind of give them something to work through once they leave, and then, they're obviously responsible 50% for their process, right? Yeah, exactly. Their process.
And I mean, they're the dictators, it's their body. So we're gonna work on that. So whatever they are willing to go through, we're gonna do it together.
That's awesome. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So you've been here for a little while, 5 years-ish? Okay, practicing 5 years.
I've been practicing 6 years.
Practicing 6 years here or 5?
5 years here, 6 years in total.
Got it. Okay, so when people are walking around town and they have aches and pains that may have been helped through this process, and people are walking around town saying, you've got to go see Dr. Leah because, why do you think they would say that?
Most people say...
I'm putting you on the spot.
I know, I like this question. I'm like, I should have prepared.
Yeah.
I would say they'd say because she's going to figure out what's going on and she's going to teach you how to fix it. Got it.
And there is a process to it, right? It's not just to come and adjust and see you later.
There is a process. So everybody moves differently. So it's movement of your body, evaluating that, checking things. We do a number of different orthos, a number of different tests. We go through gait analysis. We go through what you do every day, how your posture is, how you carry things. Right. And we get to kind of the root cause and then the ricochet effect that brought on pain.
So is it a truth? Is it a truth if your spine is in line, there is health associated with that?
There is health.
Or is that another myth? You think, yes. And we hear this, right? We hear this stuff consistently coming up.
I mean, definitely. If your body is in an optimal position for itself, right? And everyone's a little bit different. If you're in an optimal position, you have more of an optimal health because now everything's moving in a balanced state, right? Everything's firing on full cylinders. Right. You're less likely to get injured. It feels really good, right? But we shift all day long, which is really, really cool. And everyone shifts so differently. Right. So it's a matter of evaluating that.
I love it. I love it. So the magic question, how do we find you?
Okay. Well, you can call, text. Our number is 760-652-9838. You can email me personally at Leah Helin DC, so LeahHelin@gmail.com. Or we have a website, super easy. You can actually book online, and it's www.dr for doctor, Leah, Leah, Helin, HELIN.com.
Awesome. And you also have an Instagram, social media, all that stuff. How can we follow you? Because that's the most exciting part, is following you.
I was thinking about this. Instagram is at DrLeahHelin.
So at Dr. Leah Helin. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today. You guys, if you have an opportunity to come see Dr. Leah here in the Encinitas area, I highly recommend it as one to believe in the chiropractic process. Definitely want to come see her. So make sure to make your appointment today. I'm Travis Chatwin from Everyday Encinitas. Have a good day. Thanks so much for watching us on this episode of Everyday Encinitas. It was a pleasure to sit down with Dr. Leah Helin and learn a little bit more about her chiropractic services. If you like what you see in our video, please like us and subscribe down below. If you are a local community organization or a local business who'd like to be featured on an up-and-coming video, please let me know and call me directly at 619-752-4663. We'll see you on the next episode.
Hey, Will Zabel here. I've been seeing Dr. Leah Helin for 2 to 3 years now. Always enjoyed her service and treatments from day one. Particularly, I'm a big athlete, golf, soccer, basketball, and she really relates a lot of her treatment to, specific to me and the sports and the movements that I do, and she's a great person and pleasure to be around. So she's kept me coming back for 3 years now.